Well, I want to stay with that point because you mentioned the word national security. It's all fine, well, and good to get attracted to or interested in and engage with some of the drama and narrative around some of the back and forth that's going on behind the scenes. But this is serious stuff. Can you talk about the implications of what it is to not have stable leadership for our Department of Defense and what that means for national security?
Well, first of all, it jeopardizes our national security and our secrets because clearly one of his biggest problems is he thinks he can share the most sensitive information at the Pentagon with just about anybody. That gives our adversaries a substantial leg up. Terrorists can access this information. It makes the country less safe, clearly. But also lost in all this discussion, and I've had a lot of conversations about this on the media, is this was all kicked off because we started a war in Yemen. We have been bombing Yemen aggressively for over 40 days now. And we can argue about the wisdom of that, but how's that going? Nothing much has changed. I just came back from 10 days in the region. The campaign goes on. The Red Sea is still closed. What's the plan? I have not heard Pete Hegseth or anyone in the administration lay out to the American people, or for that matter to Congress, here's what we're doing, here's where we're headed. Well, what does that mean? We're spending a lot of money. We jeopardize a wider war. We have the potential conflict with Iran. What's he doing about any of that instead of, going to the Easter egg hunt and complaining about disgruntled former employees? That's not leadership, all right? The whining and complaining about his treatment in the media, the conflicts he has with his own staff. I want to hear about what's he doing in Yemen. What are we doing to help Ukraine? Fend off Vladimir Putin's continuous attacks. What are we doing to try to stop the war in Gaza? What are we doing about procurement programs at the Pentagon so that we can have an adequate deterrence to China? None of that seems to be well thought out at this point. It is lost in the drama. And so it places our national security at risk. It places our troops at risk.